The road begins just outside Fulda, in the heart of Hessen, and already you can feel that mix of city life fading into open countryside. Fulda itself is a city with nearly 1,300 years of history, famous for its cathedral and Baroque old town. People here like to say that Fulda is small enough to be friendly, but big enough to surprise you. And it's true. One of the funniest stories I once heard was from a local taxi driver who swore that Fulda has more bakeries per square meter than anywhere else in Germany. Whether that's true or not, you'll notice there really are bakeries at almost every corner. As the car rolls northeast toward Hunfeld, the scenery opens into fields, gentle hills, and little patches of forest. You're in the buffer zone of the Rhön Biosphere Reserve, a UNESCO-protected area. Farmers here are proud of their landscapes, and many fields are used for rye and barley. In fact, the beer tradition in Fulda is centuries old. There's even a local saying, "In Fulda, you never run dry," unless it's Sunday afternoon and all the shops are closed. Driving along this route, you might notice signs for small villages with names that sound straight out of a Brothers Grimm fairy tale. That's no accident. The region was part of the cultural landscape that inspired their stories. One legend says that a woman near these roads once shook her feather bed out the window, and every time she did, it snowed in the village. Locals connected that to the tale of Frau Holly, who is said to live on the Hoher Meister Mountain, not too far from here. The drive is not just about fairy tales, though. It's also full of history. The road between Fulda and Hunfeld once sat close to the inner German border during the Cold War. Imagine driving just a few kilometers east back then. You would have hit barbed wire, watchtowers, and the heavily guarded frontier dividing East and West Germany. Today, all you see are peaceful fields and cycle paths, but many older locals still remember when crossing this road wasn't as simple as it's now. Somewhere around halfway to Hunfeld, you'll probably notice cyclists. That's because of the Kegelspielradweg, a former railway line turned into a scenic cycling route. Fun fact, the old railway got its name from volcanic hills in the area that look like bowling pins. Kegel means skittle or pin in German. People still joke that if you line up the hills just right in the fog, it looks like Mother Nature built a giant bowling alley. As you get closer to Hunfeld, the traffic thins out and the town appears with its red-roofed houses and church spires. Hunfeld is sometimes called the Konrad Zuse city. Why? Because Konrad Zuse, the German engineer who built the world's first functional computer in 1941, lived and worked here. Imagine the roots of modern computing right here in this quiet Hesse town. The museum in his honor even has replicas of his early computers. Some locals say if Zuse could see how much time people spend scrolling on their smartphones today, he'd probably laugh and shake his head. There's also a lighter side to Hunfeld. The town is famous for its art projects, especially Das offene Buch, the open book. Across the town, you'll find poems, sayings, and thoughts printed on walls, stones, and plaques. It's like the whole town decided to become a giant book. And if you read carefully, you might just find a line that perfectly matches your mood of the day. By the time you roll into Hunfeld, you've passed through landscapes that combine fairy tale folklore, Cold War history, volcanic geology, and the birthplace of the computer age. Not a bad list for a short drive of less than 20 kilometers. It shows that sometimes the most ordinary roads, the ones that just connect two towns, carry some of the richest and most surprising stories.